Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is match day, and it is time for your Leeds versus Aston Villa pre-match chat. It's part of that do-or-die time for Jesse. Otherwise, he will be needing that LinkedIn account. I'm getting job centre vibes if he's not careful. He has to get a win. Leeds United need to get a win. And you know what? I'm feeling quite positive that we will. Friday night at Villa Park. It's a good tie for Leeds United.
He's on fire, mate.
So without further ado, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell, and let's get into it.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah.
So as I said, folks, right at the top of the video, it is getting to must-win territory now for Leeds United. Of course, we are now on a winless run of 6 games in all competitions, yet to win a game in 2023. If you're a positive guy, you might look at it and say, well, listen, we're unbeaten in the last 3. And that's fair enough. Let's do that. Let's do that. We are unbeaten in the last 3. And I've woke up this morning with the spring in my step, and I actually am quite positive ahead of this fixture. But it is the start of a run of 6 games, which are very, very, very winnable for Leeds United, maybe Man United aside, and ones that really we should be picking up points to stretch ourselves further away from them relegation places. And of course, we'll have new players in the door. And by February, the season might have a totally different look. And let's hope it does. Now, look, we are going up against Aston Villa, who will be a bit of a wounded animal. They have been doing really, really well under the tutelage of Unai Emery. But last time out, they were beaten by League 2 side Stevenage, who scored 2 late goals to seal an incredible late 2-1 FA Cup win over Aston Villa at Villa Park. One Steve Evans, the man getting that win over Emery. So, of course, as Leeds United fans, players, managers, we have to be wary of that because they will be desperate to bounce back with a positive result against Leeds United. And look, Aston Villa are unbeaten against us in each of their last 4 Premier League games, securing clean sheets in 3 of those contests. I don't think they'll get a clean sheet tonight. Whether or not Leeds United will, that's the sticking patch, isn't it? I don't see clean sheets either way. There will be goals for both teams in this fixture. And look, Leeds United, we're conceding goals at a whim. Has anything really changed? I would argue not. Okay, we might not be conceding 7 a game, but we're definitely conceding. And now, Jesse Marsch's new look Leeds United have conceded 2+ goals in 4 of our last 5 competitive matches, even conceding 2 last time out in the FA Cup against the Cardiff side that had about 9 changes, that is currently sitting 20th in the Championship. Should not be conceding goals at this rate. And as I've just mentioned, you know, in recent times, Villa do have a good record against Leeds United, but, you know, Villa Park is a bit of a happy hunting ground for Leeds United. We've lost just 1 of our last 6 Premier League away games at Villa Park, drawing many of them, of course. And to add to that further, folks, it's Friday the 13th, and the last time Leeds United rocked up at Villa Park on a Friday night, who can forget that first season back in the Premier League when Patrick Bamford scored his first hat-trick for Leeds United back in October 2020. Good times, man. It was definitely good times. And Villa will be sick of Friday night games because they have lost 6 of their last 9 Premier League games that they have played on a Friday. So listen, Friday is not good for them. It's Friday the 13th. Patrick Bamford scored a hat-trick last time out. He's in the matchday squad. I would love nothing more now, right? Footballing gods, hear me now, for it to be 1-1 and Patrick Bamford to come off the bench and get the winner. It would just be beautiful. But listen, one thing's for sure, it is not going to be easy. Leeds United will be going up against a new-look Aston Villa under the tutelage of Unai Emery, who took over Steven Gerrard. And listen, they've done well since he's come in the door. I know they lost to Stevenage, but it's the FA Cup, the magic of the FA Cup. Let's not read too much into that because they have only lost once under him. And that came against Liverpool. So they've actually won 3 games and drawn 1, while their 3 wins have come against teams inside the top 8 ahead of this group of fixtures. I mean, you're talking wins against Man United, Brighton, Tottenham, Chelsea, They're no mugs. So it's going to be very, very difficult place for us to go. I guess the one positive is that their most recent fixture, they drew 1-1 with Wolves. And that's one of our, bottom of the basement dweller teams. So maybe that can give us a little bit of hope going into the fixture. Because, listen, one thing's for sure. Leeds United will score goals. We can score goals, okay? But it's always when we're coming from behind, It's always late on in the second half when it's all getting a bit frantic. The defenders of the opposing team are getting a bit wild and just putting it into areas that Leeds can, capitalise from. But ultimately, for me, like Jesse said, we need to take the bull by the horns, We need to be the ones impressing our style upon them. We are not great at building up attacks. I bring that back down to the manager and the tactics that he's employing. But we need to see a bit of control, We need to see our players getting on the ball. We need to see 5-yard passes being completed. We need to make more than 5 passes in a row, We need to stop hoofing it long. My worry is Unai Emery will go probably with a 4-4-2. They probably will sit in and counter-attack on us. It may well be a case of saying, let Leeds United have the ball. When you win it back off them, we just spring in fast attacks. Expect that chip to the back post goal. Expect that cutback goal. But then again, that chip to the back post goal, never forget, Jesse said this only happens in England, man. Now, if we just look at the lineups, obviously, Dendoncker misses out after he was suspended for getting sent off against Stevenage in the FA Cup. And there will be no John McGinn or Diego Carlos, who has been a long layoff. Now, of course, Patrick Bamford's believed to be in the squad. Disappointing thing for Leeds United is, of course, Somerville will be out for a month. So I know you can see him on this graphic here. I just wanted to share this because I do believe that Villa will adopt the 4-4-2. There is going to be no John McGinn. But as I said, Douglas Luiz is having a very good season. Bailey missed a bit of a sitter last time out, so maybe he might come out. And a striker that is in hot form, Danny Ings, may play in his place. We all know about Jacob Ramsey as well and the quality that he has. Boubacar Kamaru was a great signing when he first came in. Didn't really go well under Gerrard, but looking better and better with every game that he plays under Emery. Now, for Leeds United, I do believe the back four may see a change. I'm not sure Cooper's going to make it. I think it may be down to an injury. I'm not too sure, but I think Max Vober's going to play. I think you've got to play Strauch at left back. He's not ready for that centre-back slot. We've seen that against Cardiff. We can't be playing him there just on recent performances. Mellier's going to play. Obviously, Ayling looks like he's got the right-back spot, and so he should. I know a lot of people will say drama, but ultimately it shouldn't be Christensen because he was absolutely woeful against Cardiff. Matt Rocker and Adams will then see Nonto. There will be no Somerville, so I think Jack Harrison will come in, which means Brendan Aronson will have to start. I believe Brendan Aronson, who I'm now going to call Brendan Mount, because he's basically the young Lampard's son, will continue to play even when poor. I think that needs to be a change, but ultimately, because Somerville's out, we probably can't make a change until Rutter is in the side and ready to go. Hopefully that'll be against Cardiff midweek. And of course, leading the line, Leeds United's goal scorer this season, Rodrigo Moreno, with over 40% of Leeds United's goals. But one thing's for sure, as I've mentioned, it's not going to be an easy game, but it is going to be an exciting affair. It's always a tasty affair between Leeds and Aston Villa, and it's a game I'm really looking forward to. It wouldn't surprise me if they won the game 2-1. Equally, it probably wouldn't surprise me if we won the game 2-1. Probably with that in mind, it'll probably be 0-0. But listen, I don't see a draw. I don't see a draw. One of the sides will win this. It has to be Leeds United. Please let it be Leeds United. I can't be doing with any more depression around my football club. We are on what I consider now probably one of the easiest runs that we'll face in the Premier League this season. We need to get a win so that there is less pressure going into the game against Brentford at Ellen Road. Because for me, the away fans have already spoken with their voice many, many occasions. And if we go to Villa Park and don't perform well, time's running out, I'm telling you. And I know a lot of people will say, nah, he's here for the long haul, but he needs to start winning football matches. He needs to start winning football matches, and hopefully it'll start tonight with a win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds United win with Rodrigo and Jack Harrison to get the goals. Just pray that that happens because we need some light, man. We need some joy. Because Friday as well, if we lose, it just ruins your weekend, doesn't it? And we've got some exciting games this weekend. The Manchester Derby, the North London Derby. And I'll be doing a watch-alongs for all them games, as well as the Leeds versus Villa game, which is on tonight. I'll be live from 7 o'clock. Make sure you join me for that. Thanks as always for tuning in. Make sure you smash your like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
I don't think I do it.
But Arsenal started like house on fire.
We do it if
Signing number 2 for this new era.
ain't in any rush, cause I'm finally getting it.
It's Judgment Day, people.
Self-made, yeah.
Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Don't believe